Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina is the location for stop number 5 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as this egg-shaped oval has been known by quite a few nicknames, whether it's been real nicknames or some referred to, or some made up by fans, I should say, whether affectionately referred to or hatingly referred to, that is. It's gone through names such as the Lady in Black and what's currently known as the Track to Tut the Tame. But one thing that we can all agree on, Darlington's egg-shaped figure is definitely one of the most unique shapes in all form of motorsports as far as tracks are concerned. But anyway, we're here today for the running of the Dodge Challenger 500, and here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole it is Kyle Matthews, car number 42, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. He'll be alongside car number 8, Johnny Gardner, the Snickers Buick. Second row sees Quentin Moore, number 21, and 28, Keith Batson. Both of them carry in-car cameras in today's event. Third row sees Cat Batson in 27, and number 55, Nathan Hudson, sits alongside. Fourth row, we'll see number 94, Jesse Turner, the Sunoco Oldsmobile, and number 31, Joshua Osborne, the Mom and Pop's Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row sees car number 12, Rob Evans, and Roy Bess's Buick, and he'll be alongside the Daytona 500 champion. It is Phil Parker in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. Both the Buicks in the field qualify in the top 10, amazingly enough there. So, anyway. Row number 6 has Nathan Orman in a Valvoline Ford. Car number 6, Nathan coming off a great second-place finish at Atlanta. He'll be alongside Jessica Shelton, car number 9, the Coors Light Melling Ford. Next row sees car number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. And number 30, Jay Jefferson in a Pennzoil Pontiac. Dylan Young, by the way, has our third in-car camera in today's event. Next row sees Mitchell Collins in car number 20, the Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile, and number 71. It is Henry Sanford, the Big Apple Market Chevrolet. Next row sees Christian Russell in number 7 and number 98, Gene Sanford. The next row after that will be car number 17, Levi McIntyre, Western Auto Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Jacob Thibodeau in number 33, the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Next row sees Dylan Poteet in car 22, the Maxwell House Ford. He'll be alongside car number 3, GM Goodwrench Chevrolet of Cole Deaver. Deaver won the season at Rockingham. Next row sees the man who dominated Richmond and won the event that day over there on that little 3/4 mile short track. That is Matt McIntyre in the Quaker State Ford, car 26. And number 10, Paul Minnick in the Tide Ford. Next row sees number 14, Ryan George, and number 1, Zach Rogers. Next row sees car number 52, Seth Cole. He'll be alongside at number 18, Matt Haas. Next row sees Charles Sanford, who won the last race in the Tour at Atlanta. The DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. Charles has quite a ways back to start from, though, if he wants to go 2 in a row. He'll be alongside Jordan Anderson in car number 90, the Halleck Myers Ford. Next row sees car 15, Jackson Haywood, in a Motorcraft Ford, and number 43, STP Pontiac of Mike Becker. Next row sees number 75, Laura Chung in the Dinner Bell Food Line Oldsmobile, and Wade Brummer, number 70. He's in the Rumpel Furniture Sons Medford Speed Pontiac. His car number is 70. Next row down sees Benjamin Miles in 25 and number 66, Ryan Brummer. The next row down after that we'll see car number 11, Adam Garcia, and 68, Kev Shearer. Next row sees car number 29, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 4, William Brock. And starting shotgun field will be Alex Miller in car 83, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Oldsmobile. So, going to be a tremendous, interesting race here today at Darlington Raceway. We've had 4 races this year and 4 different winners. Can we go 5 for 5 today? We'll find out in the 56 laps that will ensue here on this legendary 1.366 mile egg-shaped racetrack at Darlington Raceway. Speeds over here, we should expect to see speeds of over 170 miles per hour on this racetrack, maybe 175 in some cases as well. This is the first of 2 races we'll be running here at Darlington. We'll come back here for race 26 at the Southern 500. Always a legendary crown jewel event. Here comes Command, the fire the engines. Back at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, as we're set for racing here today. A Pontiac and a Buick on the front row here for today's race here. Kyle Matthews, car 42, on the pole. He'll be alongside Johnny Gardner, the number 8 Snickers Buick, as they come through turns 3 and 4. They'll come off turn number 4. See, the speed shot we'll use occasionally here on this track. As the green flag flies here, and the Dodge Challenger 500 is underway here at Darlington. Kyle Matthews leads him down. Quentin Moore goes to second position. And here comes Kat Batson low side for third spot. She's got it. Here comes Quentin to the low side of Kyle Matthews, who's going to lead this first lap of this race here. Matthews almost off the wall. Come off turn number 4. And I think Matthews led that lap just barely. And Quentin gets a side draft off of the 42 of Kyle Matthews. And he's going to take the lead here. That's car 21, that is. Quentin takes the lead. Quentin Moore. Into the third turn they come here, as now Kat Batson will take the lead away from Quentin Moore. Off turn number 4 they come here. This ever since we've started using this version of Darlington, we've had some tremendous races here. We actually had a great race in the last time we was here for the Southern 500 in season 25. Come off turn number 2. Here comes Kat Batson, Jesse Turner, and Rob Evans as they go through the third turn now. Jesse Turner, the number 94 Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, he wants to win a race here, and actually also wants to contend for the championship as well too. Hopes to, at least this season, and maybe win a few races along the way here. That's how competitive Jesse Turner really is here in this series too. Not to mention, I think in some of the other series he's been in as well. But he is in the lead right now, but Rob Evans trying to deny him from leading a lap here at Darlington. Let's see what happens here on the start-finish line, and Turner does lead the lap, so that gives him 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Or you get 5 points for leading a lap, and you get 5 bonus points for leading a lap, and you also get 5 bonus points for leading the most laps as well. So, or for the driver who leads the most laps, I should say. Dylan Young quickly making his way through the field now. The number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Board. You should ride on board with Dylan Young. Right behind Rob Evans. In second place, Nathan Ormond. Ormond, who had a tremendous run at Atlanta. I'll tell you, there'd been about 1 or 2 more laps in that race, so he might have got his first ever win, possibly. But that car running very strong. Ormond off to a strong start this season, too, in the Valvoline Ford. But you're looking at the back end of his car from Dylan Young's perspective, and you see. We talk about how fast they go. They go in Darlington here, 160 miles an hour in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He'll cross start-finish line. Dylan Young, 173 miles an hour the last time by, 177 miles an hour going into turn number 1. And you ride with Dylan as he takes the lead from Nathan Ormond. As they come off turn number 2, Young, 175 miles an hour off turn number 2. And up to 182 miles an hour into turn number 3. And he has to slam on the brakes a little bit. 161 miles an hour off turn number 4. And Young will lead that lap here. Jay Jefferson now goes to the low side in car number 30. And he'll take the lead from Dylan Young. Keith Batson right behind him in second position now in number 28, excuse me. And now you're riding with Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Season 24 Series champion. Batson had kind of an indifferent season last season in season 25 to some extent though, and he hopes to cure that this season in hopes for going for his second championship. But Batson off to a bit of a slow start though. His only shining moment was a fourth place run at Richmond a couple races ago. And Batson will be the first to tell you this team is a whole lot better than what they showed last season, though, and he hopes to, and like I said, hopes to do a whole lot better this season. That's what I'm trying to say here. But Batson's stuck on the high side right now, right behind Henry Sanford, Mitchell Collins, and Christian Russell, who leads that lap, by the way. The number 7 Xerox 83 Ford, though, this is Christian Russell's first start on this racetrack at Darlington. You remember he had a impressive outing in the Daytona 500. He finished 5th in that race. Since then, has had mixed results, though. He had a decent run in Atlanta, the last race on the tour, though, as he comes off to number 4. Now that they get passed by one of the best in Levi McIntyre, number 17. That was close. Who led the last time by? It was Russell. As McIntyre and Russell touched going into turn number 1. And the two Buckeye natives here draft by the 7 car here. McIntyre in the 17 and Matthews in the 42. Both from the southern part of Ohio, though, but except McIntyre's southeast Ohio and Matthews is southwest Ohio. So, not going to pick out to you which cities they're from. We'll let you figure it out. Anyway, Matthews takes the lead. Now I'll come on to number 2. Matthews, the pole sitter for the event in the Meliella Pontiac, hopes to get his first victory of the season, possibly. 2-time champion of this series. They come off turn number 2 here, or turn number 4, excuse me. That used to be turn number 2 at Darlington. And now Johnny Gardner goes to the low side. He'll go to the low side. Gets a little side drift off the 42 car, and now Gardner goes by. Poteet, Turner, also Batson and Osborne right there behind. Matt McIntyre in the green 26. Down the low side he tries to get by Christian Russell. And now the McIntyres right together, no relation to each other, obviously. They're both from different states. And now Poteet goes low. Turner wanted to go low, but there was nothing there. And he and Gardner both going backwards now as they come off the second turn. And Dylan Poteet now takes the lead in car number 22, the Maxwell House Ford. And now we start to see some of the surprises making their way through the field here. Jacob Thibodeau in 33 has moved his way into the top 15 now. He's up to 11th position now as he gets by Levi McIntyre. Jackson Haywood in the 15 car. Benjamin Miles in 25. There's some of the guys who started in the back of the pack, though, running pretty strong. And we talk about first starts at Darlington with Christian Russell. How about another one? Laura Chung in the 75 car. She's made her way, I think, into the top 15. We'll see where she's clocking this time. Yep, she's 15th. Going to the low side of Levi McIntyre, and she's got Ryan George behind her in the 14 car, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy. And Wade Brummer in the 70 car. He's making his way through the field too. And that car was strong in happy hour too. The number 70 Rumpel Furniture Pontiac. That was the car that Mitchell Collins drove last season, and had some good qualifying runs, but just couldn't manifest himself in the top 10 finishes like he had hoped for. Collins now, of course, with the number 20 Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile ride, and he is, look and see where he's at right now. Collins right now running in the running in 4th position at the moment here, the number 20 Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile. Osborne, by the way, is the leader of the race right now, number 31. We're 19 laps into the books. Fast lap race so far set by Benjamin Miles at 174.718 miles. In fact, Seth Cole has the exact same speed as Benjamin Miles. So both Seth and Benjamin have the fastest laps of the race so far at over 174.5 miles an hour. We told you up to about 175 miles an hour here at Darlington. Back at Darlington Raceway here, Seth Cole is the leader of the race right now in car number 52. You're watching Keith Batson, card 28. He's on the high side now as they come off turn number 2. Ryan George up the second position. Laura Chung now running in third position. And here comes Dylan Poteet, card 22, to the low side. He goes to the fourth position. And now the car we was talking about a moment ago, Wade Brummers up in the 70 car. He's now trying for fifth position on Keith Batson now, number 28. Matt McIntyre behind him in 26. There's number 10. That is Paul Minnick. Jay Jefferson right there behind. Levi McIntyre in 17. The 43 car of Mike Becker. Also in this mix right there, the King Richard Petty colors. And Ryan George will lead his first lap of the race right now. As they come into turn number 1. Becker right now running in 11th position at the moment as he now gets by McIntyre and number 28 Keith Batson, trying to hold him off, but to no avail. Nathan Ormond up there, number 6. Number 2, Dylan Young. Johnny Gardner's up there, and give a call to Alex Miller in the 83 car, the man who won Charlotte last season, the Milliella 500. He has started this race in 41st position. It's now up to the 16th position right now, the number 83 Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Oldsmobile. Nathan Hudson behind him, as well as Benjamin Miles. And right there behind Benjamin Miles, one of the most feared competitors in this series, Jessica Shelton. Number 9, Coors Light Melling Ford. There she is. She's won here at Darlington before, but both times it was in the Southern 500. But she's never won the springtime race. She's never won the first Darlington race, though, but she has won the Southern 500 twice before. And both those times were in the Bill Elliott rides here. But right now, Jess is now trying to work her way up through the field now, the number 9 car. She fell back at the start, though she fell back as far as like 32nd position. But now she's worked her way up through the field, now up to the top 20 at the moment. She gets by Keith Batson. Let's see where she's clocked at this time by Shelton in the number 9 Coors Light Ford. She's running right now in the 17th position right now. Now going for 16th on Seth Cole. And Shelton is a home state favorite. She is from South Carolina, so she is. So back a little further up the front of the field here, Johnny Gardner, number 8 car. He's now tailing along this pack of cars right there, but the second pack is closing up on him. Gardner now in 9th position. Alex Miller's now closed up here now. He's up into the 10th position now. Dylan Young now trying to get by Matt McIntyre, but Matt slams the door on Dylan Young, though. You remember Matt McIntyre won the last time he was at Darlington in the Southern 500 with the number 18 Joe Gibbs ride. Off turn number 4 they come here. Now Young comes to the low side of McIntyre. Johnny Gardner's going to try to push Young. Yes, he is. And Matt McIntyre's now going to be the one to get shuffled back to the back. Gardner goes by, so does Alex Miller. We're under yellow for the first time here at Darlington Raceway, and it's William Brock in car number 4, who apparently has spun the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. No damage on the number 4 machine, though, so apparently he can still make a go of it here. Caution coming up on lap number 31 of this race, and let's take a look as to what happened. Brock in the number 4 car, he got a little bit loose coming. Jacob Thibodeau started wall scraping coming off turn number 4. Comes back right into Brock's car, right into the 24 of Charles Sanford. And Brock gets to ride into that deal. He actually taps the wall on both sides, the front and the back. But I'd say that 33 and the 24 car, it looked almost like Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton at the Southern 500 in 1997 coming to the white flag. But except in this case, those two weren't battling for the win. The 24 and the 33, that is. But Brock puts her back in gear. Not much damage to the number 4 Kodak Film Chevy, but like I said, he can still make his way. He can still try to make a go of it. He's now dropped to last place, unfortunately, in that 41 and 41st position. So pace car's lights are off, and we are now going to give us a green flag. We're on, the green flag will fall on lap number 37 of this race here. We are 35 laps in the books here. We will have 20 laps remaining when this race restarts here. What's been a pretty fast-paced race so far at Darlington, we were averaging over 170 miles an hour before the yellow flag flew, and now we're averaging about 143 miles an hour. So at this point here, the lead is being held currently by Ryan George. Second position is Jay Jefferson. Third right now is Cat Batson. Fourth is Nathan Ormond. Fifth is Dylan Poteet. Dylan Young is in sixth position. Seventh is Johnny Gardner. Eighth, Alex Miller. Ninth position is Matt McIntyre. And Nathan Hudson right now runs in 10th position. 10th position, a good day for the British driver. Benjamin Miles runs 11th. 12th is Paul Minnick. 13th, Jessica Shelton. 14th is Kev Shearer. 15th is Laura Chung. 16th is Keith Batson. 17th, Mitchell Collins. 18th, Joshua Osborne. 19th is Levi McIntyre. And Matt Haas rounds out the top 20. So the field's now getting ready to go through turns 3 and 4 as the field comes off the fourth turn now. Pace car ducks off on the pit road. We will have 20 laps remaining. Hopefully we'll get all 20 of them done under green flag conditions. Off turn number 4 they come. Ryan George leads them down, and the green flag flies. We are back underway here at Darlington. Ryan George going for his first victory of the season, and well, this season here. So is Jefferson, and well, a lot of the drivers behind. Until Jefferson now goes to the low side. Cat Batson will follow suit, and watch the 14 car now go backwards. Unfortunately for him, as they come off turn number 2. Batson goes to second position. Ormond now goes in the third spot. Here comes Poteet in 22. Young in the 2 car. Stuck in the outside of Darlington's almost a lot like getting freight trained at getting freight trained at Daytona and Talladega. Of course, we'll be heading to Talladega later on this season for the Winston 500. Cat Batson now goes to the lead now. Still in the lead now, number 27. Here comes Poteet to the low side. Here come the Dillons, the 22 and the 2. Young to the low side of Poteet. They come off the second corner now as we're coming to 15 to go this time by. Both of them driving Fords. You remember both Poteet and Young drove Buicks last season, and now this season they're both driving Fords. And they're closing up on the 27 car. Cat Batson now at 15 to go leads the race here, but here comes the Dillons. I'll tell you, if those two the Dillons end up finishing 1-2 in this race, it may be a great day for those two drivers. But Poteet and Young, both veteran drivers here, both from both good friends, and both from different states actually too. Though Young from Florida and Poteet from Kentucky. And there comes Poteet down to the low side. He gets a side drive off Dylan Young's car, gets a push, and Poteet goes to the lead now in 22. He just shot out there he was like a shot out of a cannon going into turn number 1. And now Poteet leads the race now, and now coming to 13 laps remaining. Cat Batson in second place. Now Matt McIntyre, number 26, goes to third spot, and Nathan Hudson trying for fourth position on Dylan Young as they go into turn number 1. That's Hudson in that black and white 25. There's the view from the copter cam. And Dylan Young going backwards now in the number 2 car. Jay Jefferson's gone by now. So has Nathan Ormond. And now Batson goes low. Nothing doing here. And how about a call to... Young trailing along the 7th position right there. And how about Laura Chung in the 75 car, running in 8th position now? One of the 3 rookies in the field here, and she is running very strong here in her first start at Darlington. Keith Batson right there behind her in number 28 as he's now looks low on the track here. The black 28 against kind of the goldenrod yellow Oldsmobile. Laura gets a little bit loose, come off turn number 2. Batson now dives low. And where did Keb Shearer come from in the 68 car? He's now at the 10th position now in the 68 Country Time Lemonade machine. Mitchell Collins behind him, as is Joshua Osborne, Levi McIntyre, Alex Miller, and Wade Brummer in the 70 car. Now Osborne goes low on the 20 of Mitchell Collins and drops him to the back here, as does Chung in the 75. 10 laps to go this time by here. Dylan Poteet leads, and here comes Nathan Hudson for 2nd position now. In the 55 car, we got 2 Dylans and 2 Nathans up in this pack of cars. Along with a Matt and a J too. So and now Matt McIntyre now gets moved up, gets punted up to the high side now. Jay Jefferson goes up into 3rd position now. Ormond up to 4th. And here comes 68, Keb Shear. He looks slow on the track here. It goes by. Osborne goes by. So does McIntyre. He tries to go by in the 17 car. Levi McIntyre, that is. Levi has not had a good start to the season at all. He hopes to cure that here today at Darlington. He so far is right now. He's in the top. He's closing on up in the top 10 right now. Alex Miller to the low side. He's up to 11th position now. Brummer in the 70 car up to the 12th spot. McIntyre's now dropped back to 13th. Matt McIntyre, that is. And Laura Chung now coming back in the 75 car. Mike Becker in the 14 car. Here comes number 21, Quentin Moore. Moore in the 21 car, 25 car. That is Benjamin Miles. He's now working his way up to the field. Johnny Gardner diving low, tries to help Benjamin now going into turn number 1. Phil Parker right there behind. Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, Jessica Shelton, all in this mix of cars. And here comes Hudson down low. Here comes the Nathans. Hudson in the 55, Ormond in the 6. As they go to turn number 1, Hudson pushes Ormond up the track, and that spoils the party for Nathan Ormond. And Poteet's also going backwards now. Dylan Young goes to 2nd place now. Here comes number 27, Kat Batson. And she's got her husband, Keith, right there behind. So you got 2 Batsons, 2 Dylans, 2 Nathans. And you got a few of the different names in here and there, too. And also throw in 2 McIntyres as well, too, maybe. Well, this pack's actually pulling away a little bit now. Can Nathan Hudson hold on to get his first victory of the season? Well, we'll find out here as they come off turn number 2. I don't know if Hudson's ever won a series before, to be honest. Poteet bounces off the wall, come off turn number 2, and here comes Dylan Young for the lead on Hudson, and he's got it. Dylan Young, car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, out in front. And he's got the Batsons, Kat in the 27, Keith in 28. And they're going to hook up for the lead. Kat Batson for the lead. She's got it in turn number 1. Or turn number 3, I should say. 2 laps to go at Darlington. Kat Batson, number 27, McDonald's Ford, out in front. Behind her, the Texaco Havilland 28, Keith Batson. Looking for his first Darlington victory, if he's ever won in this track, that's been his first in a long time. Keith trying to make a run here, hoping it'll be a 1-2 day for the Batsons. The white flag is out. 1 to go. Kev Shear and Joshua Osborne trying to spoil that. They're 3rd and 4th right now. Keith looks low on Kev as they come up through turns 1 and 2. Nothing doing for the moment. What's going to happen in turns 3 and 4? Keith Batson tries to get one more shot at his wife Kat as they come off turn number 4. Keith dips low. Not going to do it. It's going to be 1 day for the It's going to be 1-2 day for the Batsons, led by Kat Batson. She wins at Darlington. A special day for the Batson family from the state of Maine as they finish 1-2 in the Dodge Challenger 500, with Kat Batson taking her first win in a long time in this series, being followed by her husband Keith in 2nd place. What a tremendous drive for those two drivers. Kev Shear will come home in 3rd position here today. Going 4th will be Joshua Osborne, and Nathan Hudson comes home in 5th position. Levi McIntyre, Alex Miller, Wade Brummer, Dylan Young, and Matt McIntyre, the top 10. So 5 races are in the books in this series here so far, and we have still got quite a few races left to go here, 29 to be exact. But how about a call to Alex Miller and Wade Brummer? They're 7th and 8th positions on their runs. They're a great day for those two, as is Nathan Hudson in 5th position. Rest of the finishers here, Quentin Moore comes home in 11th, 12th Benjamin Miles, Johnny Gardner 13th, Jay Jefferson 14th. 15th will be Seth Cole, Jesse Turner 16th, Dylan Poteet 17th, Jessica Shelton 18th. 19th will go to Nathan Orman, and 20th to Rob Evans. Laura Chung was 21st. 22nd position will go to Phil Parker. Jackson Haywood, Kyle Matthews was 24th. Then Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Brommer, Ryan George, Christian Russell, William Brock, and Charles Sanford, the top 30. Not a good day for Charles, though, coming off of his big win at Atlanta. Mike Becker, Henry Sanford, Zach Rogers with a bad run today, finishing 33rd, unfortunately for him. Then Matt Haas, 34th, Jordan Anderson, 35th. Cole Deaver, the points leader, comes home 36th, so he's going to probably lose the point lead to Poteet, maybe, coming out of Darlington. We'll see what happens when the points are distributed after this race. Mitchell Collins, Jacob Thibodeau, Gene Simber, Adam Garcia, and Paul Minnick was the last of the finishers here today. But that's the story from Darlington Raceway, and a special day for the Batson family. Kat Batson wins the race, and her husband Keith comes home 2nd here today at Darlington Raceway. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got NR races, gaming videos, whatever the person on the NNSCRA Seth Gold's for channel. We also got some NR online races on this channel too. And also be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series as well. It's in full swing. I guarantee those races are a lot better than what I have to offer too. So that will do it. So some of the best offline stuff is under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it today from Darlington Raceway. Here for now, this is James Wells. This is the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at Texas Motor Speedway for the Interstate Batteries 500.